Hello everybody and welcome back to Balake Farms. So, join me in Calmsden. We are halfway through our slurry spreading session. So we're going to get this field spread. I've just been and filled it back up. So we're going to get some more slurry on this field. And then we'll be coming back with the manure and we'll get some manure spread. So it is July still. I don't think we can put much in this month because we'll be doing canola down here, barley or wheat up the other field. There's not a lot we can put in this at the moment. We're also looking at doing sugar beet, which we have missed the time for, which is quite annoying. So we won't be doing sugar beet until next year. So we might just have to put a little bit of a crop in there for the time being, just so we can keep it going, because we want to put sugar beet in down. I was rather hoping to do it in these two, or at least half of this. Obviously this field's empty at the moment, as we should be able to see, so waiting on the big fields to start producing. We're spreading these with some slurry. The grass is ready to cut again, so we might get that done soon. But yeah, it's all looking good. We are just getting some of this slurry and cow muck spread. So the fields are ready for drilling next month. I believe we can do some in August. So yeah, it's going to be quite busy. We're going to do a lot of spreading. And like I say, we'll probably move on once we've got them all spread. And in August we will start drilling and cultivating. We might even do some cultivating today, to be honest. While July is quite nice weather, it wouldn't hurt once we've got the muck all spread on the field. So yeah, I'll get all this all spread and we'll go grab the manure afterwards and we'll get that all spread. There's quite a lot to go at, so it should do these two fields nicely, and then we might even get the longer canola field done as well. So that'd be really, really nice, but it's a bit further to drive. I know we've got plenty of slurry sat in the cow shed at the moment, so we'll definitely be able to spread a lot of slurry. But yeah, let me get cracked on with this and I'll catch up with you guys when we get the manure wagon on. Right, so here we are with the manure trailer. So let's get spreading this. So this should turn it all green, hopefully, or near enough green. So it looks like we've got about 90,000 litres of this in storage. So we should have plenty to spread our fields. It's going to use it pretty fast. I don't think it's got a very wide spread either, so we're going to be up and down a few times, but at least we're getting it spread on. Getting soil fertilised up as best as we can, and then we'll come and cultivate this all in and it'll be ready for its next cropping. So I'm hopefully I might try and turn the tram lines off this littler field because they are quite annoying. I don't know if it will accept me turning them off because I think you have to come and subsoil them to get rid of all of the compacted soil and different bits, so I don't know if we will get it done. I'll try and turn them off. And failing that, next year we might get a subsoiler and just rip them all out and try and get rid of them, because we don't want the tram lines in this one. If we can fertilise it as it goes in, it's only really spreading weed killing, and if we've got narrow crop ties on, we can just scooch on down and not do too much mess on the fields really. That might be our better way of doing it, so we're not, because obviously look how much it's wasting of this field. It's not a very big field and it's mostly covered in tram lines. But yeah, there's the first tank all gone, so we'll go get the next one. But the field is looking loads better. So it only holds 4,000 something litres, so it is a bit of a slow job, but hey, it's free. It's better than buying fertiliser, and it's more natural. So I'll keep running back and forth now. I'll get those 2 fields done, and then I'll probably set a worker on spreading slurry in the canola field, long one, and we'll start cultivating these 2 with the case tractor, and then as he empties I'll just keep filling him up and back and forth like that. But yeah, for now I'll get cracked on and I'll get this manure spread. Right, so we've set a worker up on spreading slurry now on the big canola field, and we have brought the cultivator over here. So we're going to get this cultivated now. Both of these fields, they are fully spread with manure, so we'll get that pounded into the ground now, mix it all up so it's ready to be drilled next month. And like I said, we'll be putting canola down in these 2 fields, and we'll be putting wheat in the field he's doing now. So nice big cultivator now. It shouldn't be too long, and shouldn't take too long, and we've got the biggest tractor on the job. So we've got the nice big case at the moment. We do need to start looking at getting probably another big tractor, but I need a fast big tractor because that slurry tanker is taking a bit of pulling on the old Fiat, and I mean she's 180 horsepower, but it's just struggling that little bit too much for pulling it around, which is a bit of a shame because it would be the perfect tractor for it. When we've done 17 hours now in that Fiat, she's been a good workhorse, so we'll look into replacing her at some stage. But we are going to get this one and that one cultivated up. It's a shame that this is a roadway we use, because otherwise what I'd have done is I'd have ploughed in between these two fields and made it one big field. But because that's the main roadway to the top of the map, unless we go right round, we're going to keep it there. And I don't think the game would let us anyway, so it's not the end of the world. I am going to turn the tram lines off to that field in a minute, and I'm going to put allow field creation on this, and just see if it'll rip those tram lines out. We ain't got tram lines in this field, so it's not too bad. I think we've got it in a couple of the other ones as well, so we'll have a look into possibly getting rid of a lot of it, because I think it's just more hindrance than it's worth. But let's just go check on the slurry worker, see if he's actually spreading. Oh yeah, he's doing the job for us. He's used about 56% of his tank, so we will keep an eye on that, because we'll soon have to go fill him up again and then set him back too. And then when it comes to manure, we'll probably be carting him quite a bit. It's a shame we don't have anything to move it closer to him, but hey ho, if a bigger manure tank or spreader comes up, we will be getting it. That one's nice, but it's just that little bit too small. 5,000 litres. It's not quite enough for when you're spreading it, but it is making the nitrogen on the fields spot on, so we can't knock that really. But yeah, we're going to get cracked on now. Won't take too much longer, and we'll have both of these fields all cultivated up, and these will be ready. And then once he's finished spreading the slurry in that field, and then, well, he'll probably get him to spread the slurry, I'll go cultivate it and then set him on the old 2P fields, and then we'll come back and get them as much manure spread as possible. But for now, let's get cracked on. So we've got the slurry spread on the first field. I'm just halfway through cultivating it. He had an empty tank and an empty diesel tank, so we've gone and got him filled up. So we're just running it over to the peas field now, and then we can get the peas field spread while we finish cultivating that one. And then we won't be a million miles away from moving on into sunny August, hopefully. But as you can see, the Fiat, it's fairly slow with it on, so I wouldn't mind upgrading it to something a bit bigger. So we'll have a quick look in a second, see if there's anything in the sale, and see if there's anything within our price range. So let's get this pulled up in here. Get him set off going. Hopefully he will spread that now. He did get stuck in a bit of a reversing situation. He just kept reversing around and around and around. Don't ask me. But that's workers for you. 2002 cutter. Shame that's not just a little bit older, because that would have actually been very handy for cutting the grass. Right, so we want a medium-sized tractor or a large tractor, really. So what have we got? That's only 180 horsepower. We don't particularly want a crawler either. What's that one? 192. That's what we... No, we've got... I think we've got that one. Maxed out at 250, or... Is it that one? So there's a few options, to be fair. That maxed out is... only does 24 mile an hour though, so... Bit of a tough one. But yeah, that would be 350 horsepower. How old's that one? Doesn't say. I think these are after 2000s, to be fair. Nice tractors though. Nice looking tractors. Now this one, we can... Was that maxed out? 170? That's surely not maxed out at 170. Ah. There's the maximum engine then. So you can get it to 261. Nice chunky thing. Only does 24 mile an hour again though, so if we're going to use it for a bit of karting, we kind of want a bit of speed. Now that would just be very awesome, but it does 24 mile an hour. But tell you what, get that fully boosted, get some nice wheels on it. We got any? So what we got? Yeah, tell you what, that would be a nice little thing. But yeah, again, yeah, I sort of want karting. I don't particularly want slow stuff because we do a lot of running back and forth. We kind of want a tractor that can do everything. It's a bit like these, really nice, but they are so slow, 12 mile an hour. Now look at that. Could we get Big Roy on the go? Big Roy, 600 brake horsepower. Should be pucker, but she only does 12 mile an hour, so yeah, a bit slow. So now, something like one of these Quadtracks. I'll tell you what, for field work, we could then leave the other case on. We could go for something like this, you know, just leave the other case on the karting, and we have the Quadtrack for doing the work. That's 2014. That was 24 mile an hour. Yeah, you know, I quite like the idea of having a nice Quadtrack on here. 1995. What's she? Fully boosted out, 600 brake horsepower, 79,000. Front weight on there. Ooh, I don't know if... Yeah, we want a quick hitch on there so we can use everything. Obviously, you want beacons. I am very tempted. Very tempted. 84,000. Do you know what, I think that's worth it, and then we can leave the case on doing the slurry. So it's not struggling. Oh, is he going to do that thing again? Can't seem to reverse that trailer very well. Might have to give him some driving lessons. But yeah, let's have a head over and let's see what massive beast we have bought. And here it is. A big case Quadtrack, 1995, 600 brake horsepower. So this is going to make the field work so easy to the stage where we need to get some bigger equipment to run around. I mean, she's pretty basic in the cab, but she definitely did the job. So I'll get this run over to the field, and then what we'll do is I'm going to swap. I'm going to take the Quadtrack. We'll give it a good testing. Then we can, at least we can use the case then for carting. It's pretty quick, so it'll be bob on for doing a bit of carting. But yeah, let's get the beacon on. What we paid an extra few grand for. I know it's taken us down to £11,000, but I definitely think it was well worth it. Very slow. We ain't going to be doing marathons in it, but she's the right tool for the job. Right, I'll see you back over there. So of course, the Quadtrack is pulling the cultivator with ease. And looking very good. It might even be time to get an even bigger cultivator for the back of this bad boy. So, let's get this cracked out now. It shouldn't take too long at all, and we've definitely got the horsepower to pull the cultivator. So yeah, let's get this cracked out, and then we can get onto them two fields. I've put the case now on the slurry tanker, so when we have to fill it up in the minute, because I reckon it's just going to be slightly short, at least it'll be quick for us to pull back and forth, and it won't struggle too much. We could even take the jewelries off that case if we wanted to, but I think it looks quite good with it on, so we'll probably leave it as it is, and we'll just use the Quadtrack for some good field work now. We might even do the drilling with the Quadtrack. She's definitely got the power to pull it. Right, let's get cracked on. So I've just made this field back into one big field while we had the cultivator out. So we're not wasting that big strip. It was one whole width of this cultivator, so a fairly good chunkable size really. So we will be planting. I don't know what we're going to put in here yet, but we're going to put something good in it. Unless we put the canola in here now, it's one field, and we put the veg at the other field. And then we could do two different types again. That might make more sense because this is quite a big field now. It's all back to one. We do need to fill up our slurry tanker again, and we also need to buy the soil sample because we've took the line out, as you can see. So £875 later, we have now got one big field again. So let's go get this guy filled up, because he will need some more slurry. I just need to finish that little bit there behind me. The tractor's too long, hit bent. Not the end of the world, we'll get it sorted. But yeah, let's go run and get some more slurry. And we can hopefully get that field finished off. And you'll have to spread that new middle bit now, because it hasn't had any work done for quite some time. So now we've got some bigger equipment. It's nice that we can open the fields back up to big fields, and then we can keep the little fields. But like I said, we can do our vegetables up that end of the farm, and then I might even leave the littler field empty until sugar beet, that we can get sugar beet in there March time. Probably I'd end up leaving both empty because I don't think there's much vegetables we can put in at this time of year. We'll double check, like, but we want to be putting sugar beet in there because I do want to make some sugar now. Right, let's get this filled up. Then we can get him spreading that. Well, I say new field. It's our old field, but one lump of field now. And we are slowly getting through the slurry. So, yeah, it's gone quite far. It probably will have plenty by the time we come to doing our big field. So we might even be able to spread some on them when the time is here. Manure, we've still got pretty loads of. I'm hoping to buy a bigger manure spreader, but I'll have to keep an eye on cash flow because we are low on money. But we can always go and sell the lettuces, eggs, wool, you name it. Quite a lot to get sold, so we can always sell that. Plus I want to get the milk moved across into the new dairy as well today, so we might not actually get into August today, but there's plenty to do in July. Loads of little bits and bobs of jobs that we need to get completed so that we're all set. Right, let's get this back to the field and then we can get it spreading. Right, so that's all the cultivating done. The Quadtrack has made light work of that. To be fair, we could run a much bigger cultivator on the back of that. So we'll head back to the yard now. That guy doing the slurry, he should be nearly done. I'm going to have a look, see if there's a bigger manure spreader, because that would make life a lot easier. And then once we've done that, we'll hopefully get some manure spread. If not, we might have to do some selling. Just top the bank account back up because she's looking fairly poorly. But to be fair, if we find a manure spreader, we might have to do that anyway. So I don't know how many tractors we've got on the farm now, but it's quite a few. I keep seeming to inherit tractors and we're not really selling any. But why would you sell beauties like this? Right, I'm going to pop that there for now. And let's have a look at some manure spreaders. So, where are we? Down here somewhere, I believe. Forage away. Ah, there it is. Manure spreader. So, this is the one we've currently got. 8 meters spread, $19.99. I don't think there's anything that's actually old enough. No, so it looks like we've got the oldest one, to be fair. I don't think there's any upgrades to be done on it. No, so we'll just bear with and we'll crack on with that one. How's he getting on? Jump into it. He's nearly empty. I think he's run around it a couple of times, to be fair, because I think I've confused him with making the field one again. But either way, double application of slurry isn't going to be the end of the world. So I'm going to take the Fiat down to pick up the manure spreader. It should be man enough to do that. I think we'll get like one straight and then we'll be back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Ah, he's just finished his task as I said that, so hopefully that's that all spread now. And at least we've got the Quadtrack, because after we've done drilling, we can set the Quadtrack, we can set the case tractor now doing the rolling for us behind us, so it won't be struggling for power or anything. Fiat's 180 horsepower. It's not a bad tractor at all. Just a bit slower pulling the heavier stuff. I mean, it did roll fairly well, so it doesn't matter having more powerful tractors. And as you can see, we've done 19.2 hours in the Fiat now, and we bought it brand new. So that is 19.2 hours of us or a worker in the old thing. So she's well used. She's well used. But yeah, let's get this manure over. It's probably a better tractor to take this one on because it's a bit narrower to get it through the gate. And like I say, it's not a lot of weight, so it shouldn't be too bad. I think I'm going to set a worker doing it. I'm going to bring the case back over to this yard. We'll get that slurry tanker parked up, get it filled up so the slurry pit's nice and empty. And then we will be doing a lot of back and forths, I would imagine, picking up manure. Right, so I thought we'd quickly bring the milk over while we took that last load of manure to the field for the worker. So I'm just waiting for him to be empty again, but I thought we'd get the dairy up and running. So let's get it switched on. So what do we want to do in our dairy? I think we should do some butter and some chocolate. No, we can't do chocolate. I think we can do butter, so we're going to activate that. Let's get some butter going. Might do some cheese as well. We could do some garlic butter, but I need to grow some garlic. So, yeah, we've got a couple of things activated now. So the dairy will be working in the background, making us some money from the milk. We had 27,000 litres of milk, so wasn't too bad, really. Need to check how the windmill is getting on. So if we have a quick gander, so up here, so it's plenty of canola still in there, so it'll just be working until it's empty, so not a problem at all. Right, let's head this back to the yard. That worker will soon need topping up again, so we'll get him topped off again, and then we're probably going to load up some of our produce and get that across to the market. This happens every time I come out there at the moment. The lorry seems to fly straight across here and then get stuck. Doesn't matter which angle I take, it just flies across that hedge and gets stuck. So tyre wear is only 44%, so I'm not sure. Must be just getting caught on something because I'm swinging around, so I'll have to keep an eye on that and hopefully get it removed. Alright, we'll get this back to the yard and then we'll just check on that work. So I would have really thought he'd have burnt through that 5,000 litres by now and would need a refill again. But he's doing it a lot more efficiently than I did. He's not overlapping and he's turning on and off as he's doing. So to be fair, he's using less than what I did. And I don't think those fields require as much either. So that's a nice little added bonus. So we'll just pull up here. If he's still got plenty in it, we'll take the lorry and go get the low loader. He's just about to run out. So yeah, he's not doing too badly, so we'll get him back. But as you can see, some nice green lines coming on the screen, so that is good. Means we should be getting some nice free fertiliser on here, ready for the drilling. And there we go. So we're straight in there. Let's get off and let's get him filled up. And then we'll bring the lorry over and we'll get carting some of the produce over to the store. Right, so we've come to the shop with a few bits and bobs. So we've got a couple of 1,000 litres of mushrooms, we've got 5,000 litres of lettuces, just shy of 5,000 litres of eggs, and 3,000 litres of wool. So let's top that bank account back up. Nice, £73,000. That is nice. It's nice to keep the bank account topped up. So even though we bought that 600 horsepower Quadtrack beast today, we still got £70,000 in the bank account. So I think we're going to leave it there today, guys. And then next time we will crack on with the drill in the field. There's a bit more poo to be spread, but it's not too bad, and it's just emptied. So I'll get him moved across and filled up again off camera, and I'll see you guys next time. So if you've liked today's episode, would you please give it a thumbs up, and any suggestions of what we should do with this series, or any tractors you're thinking we should buy, leave them below. Any good mods, hit us up. We're always interested to find good mods, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.